Guys, the 20th anniversary of the Laird. Shane, this is your first time here because you've got double O on your badge. And Jeff, November 1980. What was it like in 1980, 20 years ago?
I was old enough. The food's better now.
So the food is better. And now how do you guys feel about no women here?
That's the concept of the bar for male only, I think. So yes, I quite like the idea.
I think the women should have one too. They should have every right to have one.
You think that separatism should exist?
Yes.
This is not separatism. This is not where we have political meetings. This is a place where boys come and have a beer.
You came here first in 1987, John. Has it changed much?
Overall, I don't think it's changed at all, except for the fact that the women aren't here, and that's a good thing because it's our sanctuary. It's a place for us men to go and hang out with us men. We don't need a woman around for that.
Today's been quite an interesting day because it was Graeme Willett's book launch on the history of gay liberation in Australia. Now, the Laird wasn't included in the book of gay liberation, but apparently you think you've done something in the past. Now, what have you contributed? Early AIDS meetings or something?
Well, the first VAC meetings were held at the Laird. The Laird auction so far has raised about $500,000. We have a raffle going at the moment, which is for North support. So, I mean, the hotel is always out there doing things for the community, raising money, and it's good to see. I mean, I think the major hotels around Melbourne, DT's, the pub, the Exchange, they all contribute to the community, and it's good to see that everyone supports them.
Well, we love them because they're our sponsors as well, unlike the other side of town, but we're not allowed to talk about that. Congratulations sincerely. Where do you think you're going to be in 20 years' time? Seriously, 20 years' time?
Me, personally? It depends on the bar staff. If they don't front up, we'll be behind the bar in a walking frame.
At least he's only got another 17 years to run.
Only 17 years. Well, by that stage, I may be 29. Congratulations. We're going to go harass your patrons because they need harassing. I know, but Tony's a new boy, so it's your first time here, is that right?
About the fourth time here.
Fourth time. He's only a youngster, and this is your first year you've been here.
Yep, Hybrid Nation 2000 was where I first came down for.
A real bear. And Gary Birch, you've been coming here since 1982. Haven't you got a life?
No, I used to have one until I came here.
So you lost your life, and you've been like giving these crew money and destroying brain cells. You're quite happy about this?
Oh yes, actually yes, I don't mind doing that. Yes.
Their 20th anniversary, and apparently, Michael, you're a performer, and you're on Pink TV, and we've got to pay you.
No, I was well paid for that, in kind.
So who do you sleep with? You've been coming to the Laird since 1981.
No, I was 17 at the time. It was a better alternative than Beats, basically.
What? This is just like a big beat, isn't it?
Yeah. Just go over there and I'm sure you'll score someone very nice.
No, I'm after sex. I'm after intellectual conversation.
You won't find that here.
It's 20th reunion. We've got a couple of old dudes with us here, been coming since 1980. We're still pondering over the same glass of beer. Now, what is your name?
John.
Why have you come to the Laird?
Only frequently I come because I like it.
What do you like about it?
The men.
The men. So we've got a man here that loves men. Have you really found a real man here?
Absolutely.
So we can find real men here. Now, John, another John, it's a common name from 1980. You're a bit of a drinker here as well, and why do you come here?
Well, I look for men as well, and I do find the odd man now and again.
What kind of men are you after?
I just like the sort of men that I like. I like men that turn me on.
So, the place to come, men that turn you on, the Laird. I found this. What's your name? You're feeling this man's crutch. John, you're a crutch feeler.
Yeah, I'm a crutch feeler. I like feeling crutches.
Now, what do you got down there in this little, what are you, a cop or something, Dallas?
Lunchbox.
You find out. You're a taxi driver?
Yes. How did you know that? Damn it! I try to hide it.
So Dallas's fan is taxi drivers. Paul, you got one of the original T-shirts on.
No, not the original.
But they've done a reprint.
A reprint, yes.
Don't you all hate it? Common old places to do reprints 20 years later. So you've had a drinking problem for 20 years and you used to work here. You've got a yellow sticker on.
Both of us, yes. Dallas and myself, we worked here.
What did you do here?
I was the hotel manager. The hotel manager.
The hotel manager. And did you leave? Did you leave because you went AA after or what?
Because I went AA after.
Well, I've noticed quite strongly that some people have drinking problems here. Now, I had my first drink here in 1980 and I haven't got a drinking problem, but I think some do. Now, did you have a drinking problem when you left?
I don't have a drinking problem. I can put a cask away a night without any problems.
Smuggle the bottles home.
Cask drinkers. I love it.
I have the keys.
So you lived upstairs, so you could just stagger up the stairs. How many years?
Two.
For 2 years.
Tried to maintain respectability. We'd put on our three-piece suit, and we would go out to the Regent and have sherry in the afternoon.
I think this Prifter's lying. I don't believe this in the slightest. I think they're a bunch of old leather queen S&M freaks, and they're lying through their back teeth. So what kind of men have you found here? Real men?
Yes.
What? Tell me what he was like.
Sorry?
What was he like?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Men of the past. Men of the past.
Men of the past. No, they're real men.
And what kind of men have you guys found?
I haven't. I'm still single. Single and looking for a meaningful relationship.
Single as well.
So come to Laird, be single, and get a root. Is that the basic line?
Oh, many a line. I think a lot of us. I think a lot of us have already experienced all the rooms upstairs at some part of the 20 years. Oh God! And I'd like to see anyone deny it. So
I think we should go because we are family viewing.
Family viewing. A shot of that. Just for the. There's a soft down there, by the way.
So in 20 years' time, Pete, you're going to be hanging here at the Laird?
Could be, yeah. Yep. I enjoy coming here. I enjoy playing pool, and it's a good way to meet people. I reckon the last year I've met 100 blokes that I could say hello to, and girls. So it's a really good social game and good way to meet people.
And we've got a 1936er here.
No, not 36.
Mark's been coming since 1986, Mark. And so for the pool as well?
Yeah, the pool and the grog.
An alcoholic pool player.
Yeah, that's it.
But no men.
Always.
He loves men. So have you really found real men here?
Yes.
Full of real men.
Full of real men.
Yes.
What kind of men?
Men here. Men are real men. What I like about the Laird is very masculine. Like the whole, you know, you get a mixture of people. You get sort of ferals coming in, you get the gay men coming in, you get leather boys coming in, and it's just an enjoyable atmosphere to sort of get to know everybody. It's a very talkative place, and yeah. And you meet some very nice boys.
I'm sorry.
And there's no pretentiousness about the place. It's very down to earth, and it's just very comfortable social atmosphere and really nice guys.
I'm sorry.
Hot-looking guys, more importantly. Forget about the nice guys.
Am I missing the point here? You actually go to a gay bar to talk to people and not actually,
No,
you actually go to communicate.
We talk to people, then we pick them up.
And Tex is quite famous apparently. Apparently he's a Christian as well, so I want to ask him, Christian Leather Queens at the Laird's 20th birthday, how does that work?
Well, I'm not actually very much a leather queen at the moment. I've only got a leather jacket on and my gorgeous boots and belt. But I do understand the nature of what the question was. And I'm actually a bit naughty because I probably should be, depending on what the time is right now, I should have been in church tonight. But I decided I'd like to come along to the Laird's 20th. But as to how it is, well, you know, we're all part of God's creation and God made us as we are. This is how I am, and I'm sure you've been purveying this venue tonight, and you will have seen that people are just like you, despite the obvious and outer lack of leather. Joel?
Well, it's quite true, and I'm glad we're close to God. Actually, Tex, I think this is actually more a church than the MCC where you attend.
It's very clever. This is, oh well, indeed, it's a temple, Joel. And there have been enough people, and especially in the immediate vicinity of where we are now, there are enough people who have spent a considerable amount of time on their knees in this venue, more or less in this location. And look, well, goodness, that's, sorry to steal a microphone, but that's more or less, well, what's church about? It's, church is about the light going out.
That's right. Loose connections.
It's a disco connection.
Tex, there's no chicks here, buddy. How am I supposed to pick up?
Just as I was about to speak.
God again.
Just as I was about to speak. Oh, look, Joel, we're in a temple. We're in a temple of love, and there's all sorts of love, and this is the love that's needed here. Now, I'm actually a bit disappointed that Miss Vic isn't here, because she's a 20-year institution with the Laird, even since the institution of the equal opportunity thingo. But and I was speaking to Lavinia Crooks, the ex-president of ACON today in Sydney, and I said, I was coming along to the Laird, and she said, if I was in Melbourne, I'd be there. She's the only woman that I know of that's got into Club 80, because, she looks a bit butch.
Hang on. So a chick got into Club 80.
The only single one. Many, many, many years ago now. She used to. Lavinia is more or less one of the only women who's regularly stayed at the Laird, which she did for many years when she came down from Sydney.
But would she be allowed to come in now?
No.
No, so no chicks. Does that mean you're a misogynist?
No, not at all. There are men's spaces and there are women's spaces, and there are places where people prefer to be in their surroundings with their own, and there are places where people prefer to mix, and I prefer to go to both of them. But there are people, both men and women, and transgendered people and bisexual people to a sort of extent, although that's a bit of a crossover, who prefer their own spaces. And I think that's gorgeous, and I know that within the immediate vicinity of where we are here at the gorgeous Laird Hotel, there's the recently, in comparative terms, meaning about 3 or 4 years, of the Star Hotel, which is a very mixed venue. And we're just around the corner from DT's, we're just down the road from the Glass House, which is called a lesbian hotel, but I think is misnamed because there are so many people in there of, alternatives of genders, doll.
Have you found a man here in your life?
Oh, look, contrary to popular belief, and recent experience of any worthiness, I have actually found, what they politely term company, once or twice, or at least once or twice a year.
So this is a man's bar. What's a man look like?
Oh, well, probably the people looking at the screen, screaming at the moment will say, not like that.
I think our Tex is a man, a good Christian man at that. Mate, you don't work here. You run this other shithole up the road called the pub, don't you?
The pub at the Peel, yes, of course I do. But if you notice here, I started drinking here in 81. I worked here from 98 to just before I took over the pub at the Peel.
So Linz has got a drinking problem and he worked here and now he runs the pub at the Peel.
I've got a drinking problem, but I've also got most of the people I know also have a drinking problem, which is a bonus for us, because I get to serve them and take their fucking money.
So this man's a drug dealer. Now, how do you feel about...
alcohol dealer.
Which is the same deal. How do you feel about being at a venue? What are you looking at? This other man?
I think she wants to suck my...
So, Linz, have you got any tips for the old dudes that own this place, Ron and David, the next 20 years?
No.
Okay, so you are a drink at the Laird, are you? Are you a leather queen?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, what's your name?
Frank 2000.
Frank 2000. So you just arrived here, you've never here before?
Well, I've been here once before.
And did you find a man?
Well, not tonight, unfortunately.
Hey, there's lots of men, But what kind of man are you after?
I know one that'll have me.
This is the Singlet Muscle Mary crew, apparently. So, guys, how often do you work out at the gym?
Daily, of course.
A daily gym worker. How often, Alex?
4 days a week.
4 days a week.
And Gary does 4 days a week as well.
Gary, show us your face. Gary's a closet. Great back, Gary.
Great backside.
Yeah.
Shall we show it to you?
Yeah, do it. Rip his pants off. So we're at the Laird Hotel where they take men's clothes off, and I don't know why they don't let women in here, but apparently this could be one of the reasons. I don't know. But they're now taking a man's pants down, and I don't know if this is family television or stuff, and I apologise to the women that are watching this show, because why would you want to come here anyway if you're going to have to look at boys' bare asses the whole time that wear singlets? Guys, one last comment.
Last comment? No.
Apparently they can't afford staff. Isn't that true?
Well, of course, I was picking up glasses here 20 years ago and still doing it.
So that's why they had the gold in their teeth. For 20 years, they've been not paying their workers. But how come the workers get a special little sticker on their tag?
Yeah, we had to distinguish.
So that was their superannuation. They didn't pay them, but they gave them a sticker which allowed them unlimited alcohol at the bar tonight.
Well, some unlimited alcohol.
This has been Bent TV. We're at the Laird. We're sincere and we care. Thanks, Tex.
Oh, I just want to say happy anniversary to the Laird Hotel, an institution, the foundation stone of the Victorian AIDS Council, and so many other things. A gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous place, and that should get me a drink or two.
Absolutely. And that's actually very true, and people don't realise. We all look at the commercial scene. Some of us see them as nasty capitalists and stuff, but it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have any community sector as well. So thank you for the Laird, to the boys, the capitalists that made money and put money back into the community. Thanks now.